I've been asked a few times how to make money on DC, so I'm about to show y'all how to make money on DC. A lot of y'all have already been pocket watching, and that's why I'm making this video now because a few of y'all have been asking me, how do you make money on DC? And I understand why y'all are curious, but to be honest, it really is no easy way to really tell you how to make the type of money that I've made on DC because I've been playing for so long, I've just accumulated this money. I didn't just wake up one day and have millions. I hustled back when the hustle was hustling. And so, just over time, technically, I should have more money, if we're being honest, because I have been playing this game for a long time. Like I've said in my previous videos, I really did help a lot of people out. And I was once a league leader, and I had people under me who I helped. Sometimes you have to go into the broker and buy style feats, auras, materials, and things like that. And then sometimes I just had people who I really fuck with, and they were like, "Oh, this style is nice. Like I can make a good style with this." And so I just gave them the money. It's like, here, go ahead and buy it. So I should technically have more money. And if I weren't shelling out money and helping people, then yeah, I probably would have like way more money today. This isn't really me telling you guys how I make money. I'm just going to give you a little insight on how to make money, okay? And take what resonates and leave the rest. All that being said, let's get into it. First, let's talk about the most basic way to make money on DC, okay? Selling items to the vendor. So, if you have anything in your inventory that you don't want or that you can't make use of, you can just sell it to the vendor. Whatever activity you do in the game, it's going to give you some type of reward. So those R&D plans that drop out of the content, those sell for a lot of money to the vendor. If you are opening reward boxes and it gives you an option to select an R&D plan and you want to make a little cash, just select that plan and then sell it to the vendor. It's a nice little it's cash, okay? It's not $1 million, but it's cash. The cash value will be attached to whatever you're trying to sell. It's going to tell you whether or not you can sell it, and it's going to tell you how much it's going to sell for. This R&D component's cash value is 500. Now, it's going to multiply that by 959 because that's how many that I have. So this cluster of R&D component is not 500, okay? It's 500 times 959. I'm going to go into this vendor and I'm going to go over to sell, okay? So for this R&D component, because I have 959 of them, if I sell this to the vendor, it's going to give me 335K. So if I sell any of this stuff to the vendor, this is what they're going to give me for these items, okay? 335K, 87K, 99K, 5K, 80K, 151K for that. With these pieces of gear, I haven't opened them. Cannot trade, cannot delete, cannot sell. Let's open this. At the bottom, it says cannot trade, cash value 17K. That's a very basic way to make money on DC. Just selling anything that goes into your inventory. It's just playing the game, running content, opening loot boxes, and just gathering things that you can just sell to the vendor. Now, for somebody who don't have no money, $335,000 is a lot of money. Regular missions that go into your inventory, they do give you a cash reward. So with this mission, you'll see that the rewards for completing this mission, it's going to give you 1,499 in cash. So that's the cash that they're going to give you for completing this mission. This mission gives you cash, but it only gives you $485. It gives you a couple of source marks. This mission gives you 2,999 cash. And so does this mission. This mission only gives you 360 cash. That one does too. That one don't give you nothing. Okay, so a lot of these missions, like, they give you like a little cash reward, but it's not really enough to make a difference. So there's nothing that you can do in game that's going to reward you $1 million in cash on this game. There's no mission that's going to reward you like that. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, there's nothing you can do in the game that's going to reward you 1 million in cash. But if you come to this vendor and you sell something for $300,000 a couple of times, then you might hit a mill. After a while, you'll be at 1 million. Once you attain something that is hard to come by, something that everyone wants, something unique, rare, in high demand, collections, styles, auras, materials, skins, trinkets, things that you can farm in game. There are some rare items that are attached to certain things in the game. Say, for instance, Death's Vest you get from Blackest Night. It either drops off of Black Hand or it drops off of Necron. I'm not sure. But I know we grinded it back in the day, and I was the last person in my league to actually get Death's Vest. Then when I got it, it was ugly and I didn't even wear it. I don't think Death's Vest holds the value that it used to, but here's an example, okay? You can run Blackest Night because this raid is so old. I think that you can run it over and over again. And each time you run it, it's going to give you loot. You're not going to be loot locked from it. If you can get a hold of something rare in game, then you can put it in the broker. You can farm a raid, you can farm an alert. And when I say farm, I mean running it over and over again. You can even farm bosses outside an open world. You can put something in the broker for an insane amount of money depending on the rarity. So if you go to collections, go to global collections, scroll all the way down, because I'm not going to lie, that's where the good stuff is. This is where the new stuff is, okay? You can put those collections in the broker. Absolute mementos, Batman, okay? If I'm not mistaken, that is an iconic power. I'm 11 out of 12. I need a collection called Arc M Blueprint. Let me look in the broker and see if they have it. I don't know where these collections come from, but apparently that one collection piece is very rare. It's so rare that it's in the broker 5 times. That's it. If you can get your hands on something rare like this, you can put it in the broker for a lot of money. Now, 9 times out of 10, this is all the same person. This is not 5 different people. This is somebody who probably opened time capsules for this collection. They probably farmed open world for these collections. I don't know what they did because I don't know where you get that collection from. If you do your research and do your own due diligence, you can find all of that out. If you can get your hands on a rare collection, then you can put it in the broker for a lot of money. A lot of times, people are just looking for collections that they can finish so that they can complete a feat, get a skill point. That's how I started to make my millions back in the day in Gotham Wastelands. I farmed a lot of collections in open world and just put them in the broker. Now, I wasn't putting them in the broker for a lot of money, but hey, a meal is a meal. So making money on DC is not easy, but it's not really that hard. It just depends on what you're willing to do. Another easy way is to go in the marketplace, open a time capsule, open a booster bundle, and hope you get something good that you can put in the broker and charge a gazillion dollars for. But I'm not going to lie. For me, back in the day, it wasn't nothing. Once I saw that that was a need, I was grinding those collections. Like, I would get on DC and I wouldn't even play the game. I would just spend all of my time on the game, farming collections and putting them in the broker. That was all I did. So after a while, I had millions because I was just doing the thing that no one else wanted to do. No one else wanted to farm. They didn't have the time. It's annoying. It's boring. People get sleepy. And so you have someone like me who doesn't mind farming. I'll take 30 minutes to an hour just to get on the game and farm collection pieces. And then I just put them in the broker. And then people who don't want to farm buy it. That's how I made my money over a decade ago.